Hello. News reading is part and parcel of our life. We used to consume news through newspapers, primarily in the morning. Then we got 24 into 7 television news channels, occasionally radio programs. Now we got online. News reading is a routine life, and we regularly monitors certain interested topic. We may have our own choices, business, sports, politics, city news, like that. But now we are facing another scenario. We are no longer just reading stories, news stories. We can create our own stories. We can create our own news stories. We can share it with the entire globe. That is a scenario due to the recent developments in the online platform, particularly the last 1 decade of growth in social media. See the scenario 20 years back, we used to read the stories from multiple media outlets. Now we have another responsibility or functionality. We are reading the stories, we are reading, consuming, or sharing, and equally we are able to produce news content. So that is the topic of today's discussion in this program, news in this digital age. Let us understand some critical understanding about this phenomena, the changed phenomena of consuming and producing news content in the digital age. There are issues, there are challenges, there are opportunities. All these parameters we will discuss in this program. The digital age, it has its own uniqueness and it demands our own participation. So that's why it's called a kind of presumer in the online field. In the newspaper, we call it a reader, but whereas in the online platform, we call it as an internet user as a presumer, producer and consumer, media consumer of media content. So we have the dual responsibility, dual functionality with regard to cyberspace. In this program, we are going to discuss 4 primary components. One, how we are consuming the news in this changed scenario of communication and information technology. Secondly, we are talking about a critical aspect of news consumption in the cyberspace with regard to democratization of news and the rise of journalism, citizen journalism, impact of social media, and the role of algorithm. So these are the 2 primary focus area of this program. Let us understand more about how we consume the news in the online platform, consuming and producing that. Internet and social media that played a huge titanic changes in the way we consume news the last 10-20 years. Particularly the popularity of mobile connectivity and social media that aggravated a more participation, sharing, consuming a lot of content in our day-to-day life. It has its own uniqueness in terms of technology. Here the technological platform plays a crucial role. Technological platform means hardware is one aspect, computer, mobile gadget and a tablet and everything. But behind this gadget, all the news delivery, processing, consumption, participation, everything is being controlled by software, algorithms, the coding, programming. That is the software side of this news operation. You take any news social media platform or news website, they have been designed with the help of algorithms, programmings, and coding. There are coding which we can't interfere, and those are meant for computer to display certain content. But algorithms are different from programming. Both are written in different languages, computing languages. Programming role or coding role is just to display or collect information or gather the information in a different sources. But algorithm is little more crucial, complicated component. The sense it tracks our interaction with a particular social media platform, particular news sites. Probably it might track all our activities in our handset, in your laptop, in your computer, continuously, 24 into 7. Remember that when the newspaper comes to us, the newspaper agency doesn't have any much idea about the audience. We have a lot of privacy. We used to receive the newspaper. It's our choice what we want to read in the first page or last page or in between, editorial, whatever. That information rarely communicated to the media companies. Of course, if any marketing survey comes, we used to respond. Or letters to editor, they get the information. Number of circulation, they get information. Duration in which certain numbers goes up, circulation, during the certain months, certain period, they can understand that. Indirectly, they used to track the audience. Whereas in the online, every movement is being tracked in their websites. In every movement, those websites wanted to track all our activities. So this is the crucial role of algorithm. Let us understand more after we understand how we consume news in the present scenario. Not only the algorithm, along with the mobile devices, news organizations started adopting various online platforms to distribute the content. Websites no longer the primary attractive point, a landing point for internet users. Many of us, we reach the news websites through social media, through WhatsApp, alerts, or whatever the platform we are familiar with that. That is alerting, reminding us, showing the some information, and that leads to the particular website or different streaming website and everything there. So mobile and social media become one of the crucial sharing tool for media organization to reach out to the larger segment of audience. And here the news platform always works in the deadlines. Breaking news is one of the style in which they break the stories. The newspapers, that happens once in a day, 24 hours they takes for them to break a story. Whereas in television, whenever the story breaks, then once they get a video footage or some information from the reporter, they start broadcasting those stories. It might take some more time for the television channels to break the story, to give the full information, because they are relying on their own reporters and the wire agencies or government resources. Come to the online part. Here there is no platform in which we are relying on one particular agencies. Go to social media platform, millions of people are available, and particular locality, some incident, many people are willing to share the information. For example, if a mild earthquake happened in capital, Delhi, within the third second, you can start noticing the Twitter posting about third second, fifth second, seventh second, runs in seconds, breaking news. It takes time for the television to gather the information, write a script, send it to the presenter, and make an announcement about that. Newspaper, it takes many hours to come to our home. See the differences. So this is the beauty of digital platform, where institutions also involved, media organizations, any national daily, national newspapers, international, all they are involved. Along with that, the common people like you and me are capable to share the information. That is the specialty of the digital media. And another important aspect of online platform in terms of consuming and participating in the news process is this platform is capable to present the complex news idea in a simplest manner. It has a lot of tools. Text can be combined with the pictures along with the audio, side by side. They can play the video, or they can keep interactive information graphics, infographics. Infographics is a visual summary of the complex idea. and it can be interactive. For example, it can be give a chronological event of a particular incident, how it got started and how it went out and how it concluded. So they can give multiple storyline, timeline, and different players, and in one infographic you will get a full story on that. If you want to know more about particular stakeholder, particular player, newsmaker, click that person, it takes you to another page where you'll get into full details about that person or full story on that. That is a bit difficult in newspapers to do that. Very challenging for the television because they have to make a full package like that. But here it's a matter of second, matter of hours, because many people can collaborate. Many people, in the sense, not necessary that they have to stay in one locations. They can distribute the work, get it done in the shortest possible time, combine it with the help of computing and programming, display it in different manner, and you can update every second, every minute, every hours. That is one advantage of with the online platform. And here in a online platform, it opened a new platform in the sense audience can engage and participate. In the newspapers, at the most we can write a letters to the editor to the organization, or television channel. If they open up the telephone line during the live broadcast, we can participate. That too limited to availability of their timing, and they are ready to take a diverse opinion from different sections. But whereas here there is no limit. You can give a comment about your opinion towards a story, and you can share the story, or you can publish the story in a different platform with their permission, and you can contact the reporter directly, or you can send the reports to the editor, or you can have your own newspaper in a social media platform. Whatever hyper-local newspapers are there, where they operates in a social media platform, talking about a particular city, and there are a lot of people who migrated from the cities, say living in a other city of the same country or migrated to other country. They have cultural affinity to look into the whatever the happening in the particular city. So hyper-local newspapers and major newspapers in which audience can participate, they all are new phenomena. But it has its own challenges. The challenges here is mainly due to democratization of news production. Some decades back, running a newspaper is such a challenge. Common people, we can't do that. It's unimaginable. And in the sense, running a newspaper, you need a huge capital investment. License to printing press to newsroom resources to photographer and printing press, then cameraman. Lot of people are involved in not only one city, multiple cities. Same case with the television camera, studio, broadcasting equipments, satellite rights, and everything there. And in online platform, all of us requirement is one mobile handset, one internet connectivity. And you know how economical is data plans, how affordable is the smartphones. Only thing is requirement is little more knowledge about how to use the mobile phones and streaming purposes or posting information in a social media platform, and knowledge about the incidents, and write it in a short notice, short paragraphs, and use multiple tools. These are the requirements. You can be a reporter, you can be a owner of a story, you can be owner of the channel, and you can operate in a global level. That is called democratization. Democratization means giving rights to the individuals to operate in the monopolistic area. The newspaper, television, they have monopoly. They have professional standards. They have rigorous scrutiny of stories, and they are bound to follow legal and ethical constraints, legal and ethical regulations. Same applicable to individuals, but here, because of the global scenario and because of technological platform, someone can post a story without a profile name. Anonymously somebody can do that, or with pseudonyms they can do that. So lot of other avenues, opportunities for an individual to share vital information, crucial information, and they can engage with thousands of people. So it has a positive benefit because we got the rights, individuals got the rights, they can share the information. Similarly, it is being misused by many sections deliberately, unknowingly, and that's why we call it as a rampant availability of fake news, misinformation, and disinformation in the online platform. So democratization is a very crucial part. Another important point is it the cyber platform, because of democratization, it got disrupt the gatekeeping process. The gatekeeping is a crucial news process operation in the any news entity, either newspaper or television channel or online newspaper owned by institutions. Gatekeeping means in a day, a newspaper or channel receives thousands of stories, information from multiple sources, government, owned reporter, wire agencies, or through social media. They get a lot of people, a lot of stories. Ultimately, they'll print 16 pages or 24 pages. And in that, they'll add their editorials and everything. And remember that 40-50% of the space goes for advertisements. But within the space, they have to pack all the information. So they can't accommodate all the information. So they have to put a priority. They have prioritize the content. They discard a lot of information. They allow certain information they think deemed suitable for their own audience. That's called gatekeeping. Gate, their filtration process, they have a stringent filtration process in the newspapers. But in the online, I said the democratization means anyone can post anything. There is no limit about number of posts, number of hours you are streaming that. So got the gatekeeping is a crucial component. The news process got disrupted due to online digital platform, mainly to democratization process that. And social media platform ability, they can share the news. This is one of the most activity in the social media platform, and mobile technology and participatory public culture that leads to much more value addition to democratization. And the 2004 5 onwards, India started witnessing tremendous growth in a mobile connectivity. We are very strong in mobile connectivity because the internet connection, mobile connectivity reached 90 to 93% of the population due to the government's policy towards adopting wireless technology. Whereas in developed countries, they have a broadband connectivity is close to 97-98%. But our internet connectivity or mobile connectivity mostly rely on wireless connectivity, and we are the second country in the world with the highest number of internet users, close to 70%, and 90 to 93% mobile connectivity, and close to 600 million people are having an account in any one of the social media platform. Numbers are huge. Numbers are very, very huge. And with the democratization and with the help of technology, of course, the online platform we are saying it's very participatory, everyone can post. But in realistic term, if you take 10 people and 100 people, the percentage of people who are posting regularly in the social media, participating, sharing information is very limited. Large number of people, they used to like the story, share the story, they change the profile, they support with some emojis like a thumb and like buttons and everything. So there is a limited participation of large majority. Very small minority are the one actual participation doing. But for any developing countries like India, in order to mobilize the more support for any social and national welfare scheme, more participation is required. Internet cyberspace plays a crucial role to bring more participation in terms of civic affairs and public engagement in common issues. So this is the tool, the online tool, as a tremendous area in which they can congregate the large number of opinion that. And that gatekeeper part that leads to newspaper industry to compete with new challenges. And a new challenges sense, before the internet era, in a city, newspapers, they compete with the newspapers in terms of circulation. Then they started competing with the television channels. So news channel, newspapers, they compete to each other because the television seems to be encroaching the circulation numbers. And but now the entire institutionalized news operation, newspaper or television or radio, all together they are facing the challenges from online. I said the complex issue can be presented in the simplest way of infographics, visualization, interactivity, reach, updation. Everything is possible in the simplest manner. And that is a challenge for the newspapers. They have to compete with every second information, and the television channels about interactivity. So that also, that's one of the reasons why they started adopting social media platform extensively in their regular routine matter. But here another aspect of digital disruption in gatekeeping process is, since the gatekeeping process is a benefit for the society in which unwanted informations are filtered out, where in the online platform we are saying is a democratized, everyone can participate, no gatekeeping. So it leads to other aspect of misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation, disinformations are largely a calculated, planned strategy to target some institution, to target some individuals, to target some ideology, or to mobilize opinion in favor of someone, some institution, some ideology. So this is the challenge, and automatically, unknowingly, many people used to gather participate in this kind of misinformation, disinformation. This, as that gatekeeping disruption has its own benefit. It one large number of people can participate for meaningful presentation of developments, news developments. At the same time, there is another way of challenges of facing misinformation and disinformation. There's a lot of ways in which we can counter the misinformation part that can be discussed in the context of media literacy area. And another important component is social media impact in the news media operation. And here the platform giving more benefit for aggregating and sharing information, and information are shared quickly, widely, and social media platforms and its algorithm plays a crucial role. Role in the sense, algorithm I told you earlier, it's a little more complex component of programming. Its role doesn't end with the computers, it goes beyond that. It tracks our activity over the period of time. And suppose you are engaged in the television, online television, streaming, social media, regular browsing, search engine, information, education. So you are doing a lot of activities online. The news websites or social media platform or any websites, they used to plant one cookie, a small file, very small file, and it stays in the your system until otherwise you clear the history with the cookies. Until otherwise we do a part that stays in the system. It has the ability to track all your activities. What happens, right? The informations are gathered about our activity, that the cookie sends back to the server owned by particular agencies. So the agency or the platform or company, news or social media platform, they'll gather information about an individual. Over the period of time, they'll create a profile about me, profile about you, what is my interest area, what I like to prefer to watch, what I prefer to buy. So they have good number of information about me. What happens, right? Since they know my interest area, since they know your interest area, our social media pages started giving information about our interest, started bombarding more information about my interest, started more information about what I want to buy, everything that. This we call it as a bubble effect. Filter bubble effect means in the newspapers, informations are decided by the newsroom based on the news values coming to us. Whereas in the online platform, here the large chances are there. We end up with watching more content as per our choices. Maybe you can check it in your social media account. frequently you might see a story or content based on your interest area, frequently that, until otherwise you disable that process. That rarely we do that part. All the we have discussed about how information is being produced in the digital space, how consumed, how this space is being leads to the democratization and disruption and gatekeeping and algorithm means that tracks the profile and it shapes the display of content as per your choice and all. The solution to overcome these challenges is to know more about the media, who operates that, how it operates, how we can restrict our revealing more information. That media information literacy is one solution about misinformation, filter bubble effect, and the role of algorithm in the news operations, particularly with reference to cyberspace. Thank you.
In the current global economy and digital era, learn or perish is the order of the day for all adults in all sectors of life. As a result, adult education and lifelong learning have assumed great significance. IGNOU as a national university has played its role by way of coming up with the Master of Arts in Adult Education program,